my third box of pots of gold.
Holy fuck.
Dude, my family just kept giving me...
Give them to me then.
We are.
I'll eat anything.
I know. You want a half-eaten chocolate phone that I haven't taken a bite out of? I've just
Wait,
been
what?
broken
A
up.
chocolate phone?
Yeah, check it out. It's got that like shit painted all over it. Eat it. Go ahead. It's that cheap plastic chocolate.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Where you can taste the milk in it still. It's gross.
I'll eat it.
I'm not gonna eat that shit. Also, we're live.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Now you know why you'll pretty much eat anything.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what's going on?
Oh, you got to. No, you got. Did you get to Owl or the Dragon?
No, like even farther than that.
Yeah.
Where you fight Ishin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, really? Fuck.
I was at that ending.
Jesus
All
Christ,
right,
I didn't
so
get that far.
we're live, eh?
Yeah.
All right, episode 6, I think, right?
I just date them. I don't episode them. I just put dates out.
Yeah, whatever.
But 6 probably works.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's going on, everybody? I guess we're on episode 6. I don't.
Because well, yeah, we're counting that as 0 though, and then.
I think we just lost count, but whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Welcome to the episode. Pretty
3
much.
of them didn't actually officially go up on YouTube apparently
Yeah.
from the earlier days because we recorded the one that we didn't upload.
Yeah.
And then we did the first one, and then that one didn't upload, and then I guess the second one didn't upload, but the last one with Amazon and the
No, the
Fires
first
and
one
stuff
uploaded, the second one did, and the third one
I don't know if it did.
didn't. Because I watched the first
I've only
one.
got 3
Not
on
too
the
sure.
YouTube channel.
I watched the first one, that's why.
Not including the minute and 19 mess up that we had.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that stuff that happened.
Well, I guess that one where we lost like 50,000.
And this one almost didn't
frames.
fucking yeah. This one didn't also almost go up.
Yeah.
So who knows?
No, that was fucking ridiculous.
That
Like,
was hilarious.
no, just
I
had like
still
freaking
don't lose
like,
a percent of frames while live streaming games. So I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
no,
I don't know what my internet's on right now. But
It's got a lot to do with like
Keep
it's
it
the
up.
multi-stream.
Yeah.
It's the multi-stream. So if you're streaming to 2 platforms at once, it's
Plus,
trying
Facebook's a pile of shit.
yeah, pretty much.
we'll start streaming and recording at the same time.
Yeah.
Eventually, and then that way we can upload the audio.
Subscribers, apparently.
Yeah,
What?
absolutely.
You're 8 subscribers, apparently.
Good, we're growing.
Nice.
Probably us and then
Yeah.
like 3 other people.
Us, Doug. I know Doug's one of them.
1, 2, 3,
I
4,
think-
5.
I
Doug.
think my brother. Also
Amanda's brother.
subscribed.
So family and friends.
Yeah, we
That
got,
sounds good. I'm okay with that.
18th,
Because
the
he asked me
1st.
what was it, I was
the
like,
19th,
not your number
so-
millennials, and
Mm.
the picture for it is just a landscape of mountains and like.
Do you know what mountains those are?
Though, well,
I'm not
took-
asking you, Josh. I'm asking Matt. You took the photo. I know. Okay.
No.
Like, shut up.
They're the rockets.
it was actually, it was in Rogers Pass. I don't know which mountain range that was
think
more
that's Fisher
specifically.
Oh.
That is not Fisher Peak. That is
No,
not
that's
Fisher
not
Peak
Fisher
at all.
Peak.
There's too many. We live in mountains.
It's a yeah. Well, it's a. Well, I know it's a. It was
We live in a
taken.
bowl.
It was
Probably
taken.
themselves or something.
Well, it was taken when I was in Rogers Pass somewhere. So I don't know. Like I don't know which mountain range it's called, but it looked fucking beautiful. And I was like, hell yeah! I'm editing the.
I was like,
ever-living-
Josh, just take some photos and we'll see what we get. And Josh is like, I took this out of a moving truck. And I'm like, done deal.
Yeah, no, so
It's good.
That was
Yeah.
outside of a moving truck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
I wish I could say that it wasn't edited, but it was. I had to add
fine.
a little bit of the pink to it just to kind of, you know.
We should almost just have like 8 photos that we alternate through eventually. But you know,
Oh, dude. I was
do
thinking
like the Windows background. The
I was
login
thinking-
screen just have like a backdrop, and they're like, here's your login.
I was thinking of some
So-
like gifs and stuff.
Okay, that's not what I wanted.
You're repeating them.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
You want to close them. I don't know how to refresh it.
So you do anything? Oh,
Go ahead.
Go for it.
We're just Michael's gonna do some tech things, which is why we have a computer here.
Yay!
No.
I'm
Anyway.
gonna save up and invest in an Apple laptop eventually, and we'll sit here, and it'll run all of our widgets. Because apparently Apple runs widgets fantastically.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's good for multitasking.
that's 2 uses for Apple's product.
Yeah, for Apple, like
It's great to live stream off of, but nobody plays games on it.
Because like none of their shit's optimized.
no, it's really not. So
They're like, oh, it's out for Apple now, and then it gets like 30 frames for like
Like
a 60 game or 60
60 frame
FPS
game. Yeah, exactly. No, that's why I don't invest in anything Apple related at all.
I just broke them off, man. I don't take bites out of that shit.
No, I just-
My teeth would hate it.
Wait, so you can actually eat the fucking plastic?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not plastic. It's one of those
It's
like
one of those-
The
candy
design
paints.
on it.
Yeah.
Edible
That's
design.
That throws me off a little bit. I don't know how to feel.
That's all right. We get to eventually we'll buy a ton of Easter candy.
Oh, that'll be nice.
I told you it's garbage chocolate.
Oh, okay. We can only see the people who actually publicly show their subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Or who they're subscribed to.
Yeah.
I can taste the milk in this chocolate.
I told you.
It's not bad, but
Apparently I
it's
have
not
one
good.
subscribed.
No.
It was either that or eat one of my 3 boxes of gold. So you can imagine what I decided to eat more for that.
The good chocolate, or whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah,
So,
the choco foam.
oh
yeah.
Anyway, topics.
I still eat it, but
Topics are in
not
town.
all the time.
Oh yeah, I have a short-term memory, so I have no idea.
We know that,
Yes,
Josh.
we know.
Yeah,
It's alright.
everybody knows.
Don't
that.
close anything. What are you doing?
I was just.
No. Just leave it.
Yeah,
Don't mess with it. That's when
I
you start
accidentally
losing
like
friends.
realized that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
Whoops.
Whoopsies. Hey guys, I closed.
Yeah,
Well,
close the
live
thing
stream's
and-
over. Well,
Yeah, let's go. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, pretty much. The freaking Winter Blitzville thing happened last night. It was pretty fun for the hour that I went. That was it.
I went and one of the snowmobilers, it was like a conga line of them just doing jumps. And the last guy, every time the guy in front of him did a backflip, he tried to do a backflip.
And not do it.
The last 2, he like accidentally angled himself off of the jump and almost missed the landing pad like
Jesus.
twice.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Wow.
fuck that. I didn't go.
No, maybe
I
not.
was sick. I stayed inside.
I didn't. I was leveling Fisher and Final Fantasy.
I think I
killing
only went for a
myself.
small amount of time too because I wanted to be able to be home on time to fall asleep early.
Yeah.
I was
For
just
once.
killing myself.
No, I ended up since it was my
catch one fish,
yeah.
and I had to catch 7 fish to get that one fish.
but
Oh,
since
yeah.
it was my
Trust me.
day off yesterday, I just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna go and take some pictures of it. They were pretty trash, actually. So
You
I
are a
don't.
trash person.
Ouch,
Michael.
Mike,
Oh,
Mike.
The shade.
Uncalled for. Unnecessary shit.
Wow. Like I
Unnecessary but true shit.
We,
okay. Okay,
We
bud.
had our party on Friday,
Yep.
and I woke up the next morning and I was hungover, so I ate some pizza, and I got really sick, like really sick. So I called in sick, and then like of course you start to feel better around 10, and it's like
Oh yeah.
I probably shouldn't go out tonight because I called in sick.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck it.
Yeah, no
I
matter
stay
how
home.
good you're feeling, it's like, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's like, you coming tonight? I'm like, I haven't even been upstairs for like 8 hours today. Like I've slept in the bathroom for the past 6 hours. No, I'm not going out tonight.
Wow.
I know that feeling.
No,
That's
that.
already broken, Michael. The poster's gonna go down anyway
Yeah.
when we get the curtain.
Yeah, but no. Yesterday I was just like, I woke up, I felt like such absolute shit.
Yeah.
Because of like, I don't
Same here.
like, I don't remember like.
I had one drink.
Yeah, I had my
Yeah,
5.
she
and
had
I was
one
like,
drink.
woke
I had
up.
like 8.
I had one drink
That
and a
night?
shot. So I didn't plan on drinking anyways.
I have yet to be hungover.
Wait, what?
I get tired, but that's sort of like the end of it. I get tired. Like, I think yesterday my stomach was hurting, but that was from the day before.
I'm prone to headaches, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it was when I ate the pizza and got sick. I was like, yeah, I'm not hungover anymore.
Yeah.
There was a line. It wasn't hungover. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I was sick.
It was like, yeah, no, this isn't hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
When
I.
you're hungover, you eat food, you feel better. I didn't feel better after eating anything.
No, I just like. I don't know, like I woke up, I had a pretty massive headache, and then eventually the headache went away at like maybe 12, 1 o'clock, somewhere
speaking
around there.
Of doing events, we should try and get a table at Pride, first off. Which we can do, probably. And then second off, I'm going to work with Josh, but we're going to need a Pride Month photo.
Pride Month photo.
Yeah.
That I can probably take care of.
Okay. Just
I
because that's
know-
coming up.
Yeah.
When is that? I'm going to Google it.
I know a few people
June usually.
I hope so.
that deal with Pride, so I could talk about getting us a table.
My mom usually gets a table for her crafts and arts, so.
Yeah, primarily. That would be pretty cool. I can probably get something that involves something like that.
Usually July or June.
June.
Oh, it's February though. That's a while.
Well, it's still something you gotta prepare for.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think.
June 1st to June 30th.
It's also, you know, if it was like next month, I'd be like, go.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if it was next month, we'll say, yeah, next year.
Yeah. No, next.
No,
month
but it's a
I'm
good
busy as
thing
fuck.
to. It's obviously good to get
Man,
some plans
doing a
going
live podcast.
I'll wear
outside.
a box on my head, and
Yeah.
that's the end of it.
While we're outside.
Yeah.
I don't get AIDS.
We have months to set it up. We're gonna get one of those little tents, and we're gonna put a bunch of blankets around it, like some pride blankets, like box ourselves in, and we're just gonna talk to people.
Just do like an interview
Yeah.
thing.
Let them come in and ask questions.
And it doesn't need to be all 5 of us if you guys don't want to sit outside for 6 hours.
Dude, I'll sit outside for 6 hours.
We're gonna need a laptop for that, which is easy. I have a white one.
I usually end up at Pride anyway, so.
I've,
so old though. I'll see what I can do.
I just need a new charger for my laptop, and then I'm thinking of pretty much hard resetting it, and then just getting stuff like that.
Probably need a charger pack too. We'll think about a charger pack.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Just a really, really long extension cable.
I've got like 2 of them. We could do that.
You don't know what I'm saying. I mean like 40 meters.
Meters.
Nope.
It's a joke.
Pride's always outside, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the park.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh yeah. So, no, but that would be pretty cool to do something like
We're gonna
that.
sell bands and shit. Be that guy.
Yeah, be that guy. Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Go to the dollar store, buy some flags, sell them for 50 cents extra that we bought them for.
Like what everyone else does in this store.
Yeah.
The store in this town is what I
Yeah.
meant to say.
Yeah. In this
My mom's
it's-
whole jewelry stand is just shit she
In
buys off
other
Amazon,
stores.
and then she just brings it and goes, "Hey, it's $2 extra."
Yeah.
Hey, it's readily available. Help me make a profit.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
much.
water bottles, you can buy a pack of water bottles for like $7 and sell them for like $1.50 a piece and triple your money. It's not even funny.
Wow, that's actually
Of course, the point of it isn't to make money, but you could make money.
Yeah.
that would be a good.
I
way
mean,
to
that's
make
why a
money.
lot of vendors go to those things. It's not to
Yeah.
socialize.
Well, I guess.
It's, you know, what's the point? The whole point of a business is to make money.
For the most part, yeah.
Well, then it's a not-for-profit,
Yeah.
and that's different.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Right.
Well.
I think one of the topics that we got going was family that Amanda mentioned.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Probably.
Because I keep forgetting about this picture that was taken of like generations before I was even a baby. It was like old, like black and white picture, like old time, like all girls in dresses kind of picture. And I can't remember who found it. I can't remember if it was my grandma or my aunt. And they brought it to, I think it was actually one of my birthdays. And they're like, "Hey Amanda, look at this." And I take a look, and that was the time where I had like short hair, but it was poofy because it's naturally curly. So instead of being like a nice, cute, straight haired look, it just poofed. And I look at the picture, and I see myself practically staring back at me. Someone who looked exactly like me.
Generational.
Genetics.
Haircut,
That is fucking.
everything.
That's
insane.
Can we play the 6-minute Jurassic Park? Hey, I'm your DNA video.
Oh my god.
He came back in the new one. I can't remember where. They had him in the background in Jurassic World. And I
Yeah.
was like, nice.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
that's a cool callback.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Nice. No, but stuff like that is crazy. Like I've had oh geez, like I looked back on a couple of my family photos of like my great grandpa who I've never met before. He passed away like years before I was even thought of, and just passed away when my dad was like 12 years old, something like that. But like looking back on that, I'm thinking like, wow, these are actually really old, and there's obviously no resemblance to my great grandpa because my actual grandpa was adopted, so it was kind of but it's kind of crazy to look back on it and think like, wow, like it's crazy stuff like that.
It
And then
looks so far different.
and then seeing my grandpa as a baby was like, what the fuck? Like it's just kind of it's a little bit weird to see.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to figure out who has that picture and take a picture of it on my phone just to show you guys how
A picture of a picture.
close the
Like a
resemblance
photocopy of a
is.
photocopy.
And it just gets worse every
Yep.
time.
Until it's just white line or
And I
black
think-
line.
I think-
Yep.
I think that's the only case where someone in my family has looked identical. Like, identical twin kind of thing going on. It was so weird.
It's alright if you see it in your family, but if you see your doppelganger in real life, that's surreal.
That is a whole
yeah.
other
Doug
thing.
and I have we when we used to go to parties all the time. Doug and I were partying, and this girl was like, we walk up, and I don't know, it was at the drink bar, and she's like, "Oh, you're back," and Doug's like, "I just got here." The fuck you talking? Like, we just got here, and I'm like, "What is she?" And I turn around, and sitting on the couch is this guy that I swear to God there was a mirror in the room. Like, he looked just like Doug, and I was like, Doug, Doug.
Really?
And he turned around and was like, Doug. He's like, what the fuck? Out loud in front of everybody in this quiet part. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, nice.
And then Doug pulled out a sword and it became Highlander.
Nope.
There can be only one.
They had a conversation. I wasn't part of it.
Oh,
It was
good.
Kind of, he had this moment where he's like, am I live right now? Am I dreaming? What's happening? He ran into his doppelganger. And we never saw him again.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that works, essentially.
I
Like,
wonder
know.
if my doppelganger's life has been just as crazy as mine.
Probably.
No, it's probably no. Yeah, I was gonna say if it's probably the same except for without all the health issues.
It's reversed. It's flipped. It's,
Oh my
it's
God.
that Hollywood movie magic where she has the best life ever.
okay. Oh.
It's on.
No, I have yet to come across my doppelganger, actually.
I don't want to. Especially me. I don't want to. There's one of me is enough.
They should
like
make,
Brody.
They should make an app where you take a picture and then it finds somebody that looks like you.
They're probably.
There's a celebrity one or something.
Nope.
like.
I don't give a shit.
Celebrity
I want.
like-
Yeah, I'll agree with
In
that.
high
but I still
school, I
don't
used to
want
look like Danny McLeod, and I used to get called that all the time in high school. I was like, I look nothing like this guy. The fuck are you on?
it. Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, you look like Danny. It's like, no,
He's just not Danny DeVito.
yeah.
As much as I love Danny DeVito, fuck.
I definitely don't look like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No.
It was McBride or McLeod? I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know.
I gotta check.
No, but I think
excuse me.
well, I love how we only touched up on maybe like 2 out of the how many topics that we
Well, okay.
Dude, we don't put all the topics
We,
in there.
we also half the time we don't even cover all the topics.
have. Yeah, for
We'll
the
put
most
like
part.
6 in there and we'll cover 2.
For the most part. Which,
So, yeah.
Okay, you know what? I see it now. Now that I'm older, I see it. I see.
Oh my
I
god!
see it.
yeah.
I see
When
it.
you had your
When I have my curly hair
Yeah.
and I used to have the full on thing, I see it now.
yeah.
I don't know if I would want it.
That would actually
At
be
least I don't
terrifying.
look like Ethan from H3H3. Did you know they did a podcast this month where they figured out that Ethan is scientifically ugly? I think it was a joke, but they compared his face to like celebrities and was like,
Oh,
see, you're
okay.
scientifically
Oh,
ugly.
that's
It was all a
amazing.
joke, but it was kind of funny.
That's so
that's,
good.
That's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Stop watching it. They just started falling into the same line of. He's just not that great anymore.
No,
No.
no, he's
Never
not.
watched him in the first
Him and
place.
Boogie kind of just.
Yeah, they're starting to like go down.
It's not their fault though. It's the adpocalypse, and then and then this
YouTube in
monetization, and then the COPPA. It was like all 3 at once, just fucking back to back. A lot of YouTubers just stopped after that. They're just like, no,
His podcast just stopped being interesting after a while.
because they couldn't do because they would used to talk about like YouTube drama, and then of course when you talk about YouTube drama, those
YouTube.
YouTubers take down those videos, so they have to deal with that plus demonetization, plus adpocalypse, plus fucking like I just mentioned COPPA. So it got to the point where they're making a quarter of what they were, and it's so hard to be invested in a company when you lose 75% of your profits just for stupid reasons.
No, exactly.
YouTube doesn't care.
No, of course not. He's just making billions of dollars.
Yeah,
No, exactly. Well, I've had one of my favorite YouTubers actually get his 3rd copyright strike in a row, where his channel is actually being completely suspended.
Yeah.
So, like,
There's
it's
there's something going around right now where there's a bot that hacks in your YouTube account and then it just spams some weird Asian videos, like some Asian religious videos.
Yeah.
And this guy on Twitter hasn't been able to access his account for 6 months, and YouTube hasn't replied to any of the emails. So now the YouTubers are like, guys, guys.
Yeah,
Start
literally,
paying-
yeah. Everyone's
everybody's
going
they're like at YouTube, hey, how's it going? They're PMing them. They're like YouTube sees it. You can't tell me they don't, but they're just
No.
like we can't because they don't want to admit that there's a bot out there that's
Yeah.
hacking the website. Nobody does,
No.
right?
Nobody
no,
wants.
no one wants that.
Nobody
It's
on
the
YouTube
same.
is going
I've
to
been
admit
watching the Chris Hansen podcast, and he interviewed some police officers, and the police have a real big issues with companies and child predators because Facebook's not going to admit it, but there are child predators on the platform.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody knows they are. The police officer's like everybody knows child predators use these websites. Like it's been around since like 1995, but they won't admit it out loud, and it's bothering us because then we have to get court orders just to get messages, and it just wastes time and money because they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
I'm like that's a good solid point. I'm not
That
a fan
is.
of the police, but that's a good solid point.
Yeah.
For them to have to go and get a court order, which takes a couple months. Then they have to take it to court with the company and all of their fucking attorneys.
Yeah.
Just to get text messages for a potential predator. And the police aren't going to make this public. Like,
No.
I don't see why this is a problem. The police aren't going to, like, go on their Facebook page and be like, duh, Facebook won't let us catch this guy, because it doesn't help their case at all.
Also, Facebook will probably just go, oh, poop.
That, too. And not only, it's also legal for a police officer to talk about an ongoing case.
Yeah.
And that's what waiting for a court order is, right? So they can't. So it's like, what are they going to do about it, right?
Yeah.
They have this issue with like TikTok and other things.
Yeah,
like
TikTok
Facebook
I hear is a
Messenger.
big one now. So
Well, it's because you can,
Yeah.
you know, of course, Crappa sues YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, of
No
all the
offense, no
things.
offense. Netflix Kids is a thing, just so everybody knows.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
it is.
they market towards kids. Disney Plus also has a kids section.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just point that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
But to be fair, YouTube is too broad, right? Because they
of
don't have
course.
limitations. They don't have the FCC
Yeah.
or anything like that.
They
but
also,
still,
like, for years, were just, like, apparently...
Netflix started
Crappa
up
were
in the
just
first
like,
thing.
hey, you can't do
It's
that.
the
And they go, I can't hear you, I'm making money.
It's one of the
And
reasons
then they're like,
why.
alright, fine, fuck you.
It's one of the reasons why Netflix was so popular is because when they said that they wanted to do a movie, like a thing where they were like, we want to post movies online, they not only had to get permission from specific companies, but the first thing they did was brought the idea to, I think it was the FCC, and was like, we want to be, you know, A-OK off the bat, right? We want to just get in there, knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
So the FCC's like, alright, here's the don'ts.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Here's what you have to do, here's what you don't do, and if you do
Yeah.
this, you're gone.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did that. And that's why all these companies trusted them a little more. That and they fucking blew up like no.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
they went
God.
from,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
1 to 100.
But the
Easily.
reason, but it's the reason why they trust them is because they went to that 1st. They learned what they couldn't do with products 1st, right? Of course, Disney didn't give a fuck. They dropped like half of their things without, you know, it's Disney.
Whatever.
It's one of the black sides of Disney is they ignore their contracts sometimes and just go fuck you, it's our product, and they just
Well, because they're a multi-trillion
exactly.
dollar
And to be
company.
fair, I don't really care if Netflix or some like movie rental company or whatever loses their rights to produce DVDs.
Yeah.
Not my problem.
care.
I don't
Yeah.
watch half those movies
I
anyway.
don't watch movies anyways. Like,
No.
Netflix dropped the Marvel stuff for that as soon as they announced Disney Plus because they knew that Disney was just like because they've already done it before to Netflix. They were just gonna walk in, take those products, and be done with it. So Netflix is like, nah, fuck you, we're dropping it.
yeah.
They knew it was coming, and everybody's like, Netflix can't do that. I'm like, no. They've lost all of their animated Pixar Disney movies without like contractually obligations. They just got cease and desist orders. There's no emails. There's no questions to ask them to take it down. It was just a cease and desist, like right there.
Just get it, get rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically
It
it
was
was like.
basically
and the worst-
email sent to headquarters. Take that down.
Yeah.
Got it wrong.
Basically, that's what it was, and they knew it was coming for the Marvel, so they gave Jessica Jones and Daredevil. They told the directors like, you get one more season, right? They told that to the Punisher, you get one more season, because Jessica Jones Punisher was paid for, and they were starting production when they announced that they were canceling. So Netflix is like, we paid for it, you're staying. Daredevil was almost done. It was like a week to be almost done. So like, you're done, you can finish. And Jessica Jones was halfway through, and they didn't want to fire the all-female director crew because it's such a great crew, such a great show. And they were just like, you can finish. And Jessica Jones had time to do a proper goodbye, and so did the Punisher, but the Daredevil didn't. So it kind of left on, I wouldn't say cliffhanger, but it was like, I kind of want more, right? He fights Bullseye and Frank Castle, and then it ends with him standing on a roof like, I'm gonna protect my city, it's my city. And then it ends. I'm like, oh,
Oh, really? That's the ending.
that was the ending. I was like, oh,
Wow.
I didn't waste my time then.
cool. It doesn't ruin it. Like they wrap up the villain story perfectly, but they leave you like you want more from this.
Okay.
Kevin Feige has said himself that we're asking the actors to come back into the MCU, but we don't know if it's gonna be Netflix related or not. And I'm like, now we have to do another origin story. I don't know.
That's what I like with what.
I think he might just do a Defenders movie, if I'm being honest, because like the show's already there. You can watch the show, right? It's already there. Disney isn't gonna throw more money at it.
Well, it's kind of like what they're doing with DCU since they've come already with Justice League. They've already contradicted themselves.
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman, after that, in the middle, Bruce goes, "No one's seen you for 100 years. What are you doing?" But the next movie takes place in like 18
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And then we got different Batman, so they're saying, oh, it's a different universe now. Especially since they're tying it in with the TV show.
The issue is with me is the DCU didn't take their time.
No.
Marvel took their time. They released Hulk, not like Disney released Hulk, but they did a Hulk movie. And Kevin Feige was in the middle of directing I think it was Kevin Feige. Somebody was directing Iron Man with Kevin Feige. And Iron Man 2 is out. So they went to Universal. Was like, wouldn't it be funny if we just had like a little teaser Easter egg after the credit? Like that's what it was. It was an Easter egg. They didn't plan on doing an Avengers initiative. They just walked over and were like, wouldn't it be funny if Thunderbolt Ross and Tony Stark met in a bar and talked about the Hulk? Like, wouldn't that be great? And Universal's like, yeah, that would be great. Does it? The fans freak out. Universal and Disney are like, oh. Oops. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's jump on. And then they took their time with it too. That was great. They didn't jump right into an Avengers movie. They were like, well, first we have to get Captain America established. Then we have to establish Thor, right? And they were all about doing Thor because he's different. Because Asgard was beautiful. So they did Thor, and then they did Iron Man 2 because he was very popular. He set the bar for Marvel movies. And then they did 2. And then at the end, Nick Fury walked up and was like, no, it was at the end of Iron Man 1. They were like, why don't you join the Avengers Initiative? And then in the second one, Tony Stark met Nick Fury like 4 times. And he's like, I don't want to be in your boy band. It's stupid. I don't want to. That's why in the Avengers, when Coulson walks up and gives him the thing, Tony Stark's like, no, I'm not doing this. I already know about this. I told
you
him.
need to do your homework.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Fuck you, asshole.
It's like, but I think it's also DC also realizes their characters are known.
Wow.
Well, that too, right? Because like even if you watch the animated like Young Justice, the Superboy TV show, the Teen Titans, they have the Justice League already in them. They keep referencing the Justice League, right? We reference the Justice League in Shazam because it's the Justice League. Everybody knows who the Justice League is. But you know that it would be way better of a universe if they did a second Superman, did a separate Batman, and then did Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because then that way we would have time to expand on the characters. Like Marvel did, right?
I think the bad thing is just Cyborg himself. He's not a big character.
He's not.
They should have done a Flash movie, and then gone into.
It should be Flash and Cyborg doing a buddy movie, right? Like it should be focused on the Flash, but it should be Flash and Cyborg, and then go off into Cyborg because he does have his own backstory, and it's super cool. It was really cool to see it in Justice League. I was like, damn, that's a cool Cyborg backstory.
But it's just they didn't evolve the characters they introduced there.
Yeah.
After the big crossover between Supergirl, the Flash, the Arrow,
Crisis.
It's all one year.
Yeah,
universe.
the Crisis.
It's all one universe, yeah.
They established a Justice League with those characters.
Yeah,
I know.
they had the movie Flash.
Because it's one, because so the show is in one universe, and the movies are in a different universe. But the Flash can.
Well, the shows were.
DC's great with the multiverse, but like it's the Flash, they can do whatever. Marvel's more limited. There's only like 3 superheroes that can go through the multiverse, and they have to rely on those 3 every fucking time. One of them's a dick, so nobody likes going to him. But he's like, nah, fuck you guys, I'll just do this thing. He's actually the reason why
they decided they actually were smart and actually brought in the Speed Force.
Yeah, the Speed Force is great, but
this current crossover they decided because Batwoman and I think
Supergirl.
Supergirl. I'm not sure if there's one else.
We're on a separate TV series.
We're on a separate channel,
and then
so it was a different universe.
Yeah, and then Black Lightning was on Netflix for some fucking reason.
NCW.
Yeah, it was like, why is he on Netflix? I mean, it's a great show, but why is he on Netflix? And now you got, which bothers me is you got the Teen Titans and Doom Patrol, and Doom Patrol showed up in Teen Titans.
Yeah.
We saw all the actors and characters in
now
Teen
they're
Titans.
acting like they're all separate universes, but now the TV networks
But
ones
that
are all one universe.
bothered me
instead.
because then the director of Doom Patrol said that what happened in Teen Titans was canon, and that Doom Patrol is their own thing in their own universe. I'm like, but they were there. They already met on camera. They shook hands. It's the same comedy. I don't understand. What's the difference? I was like, DC, no, you dropped the ball. It was they did a way better crossover than Agents of Shield ever did.
Still doing Doom Patrol?
No, they
thought it was
haven't.
canceled.
They haven't done anything.
It wasn't canceled, but it's on
Yeah,
it's on the
'cause
app.
I know
Because-
my
I know because
parents.
my dad keeps an eye for it because it was like one TV show where both him and I actually really.
Oh.
It better not.
See,
pull
that was
off
my
a-
mom and my dad. They'd always watch Doom Patrol.
They better not pull a Steven Universe and be
Well, I
like,
think
oh,
the
we're
best-
taking an 8 months hiatus for no reason, or Rick and Morty or whatever. They do
Yeah.
that too.
I don't know.
I know
I don't watch
a
any
lot
of
of
that,
it.
so.
I noticed a
Mine's
lot of
is
that
just
with Rick and
that
Morty.
Brendan Fraser plays the robot.
And he fucking
Yeah.
kills it.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
He's really good, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much how he got his acting thing back.
Mm.
Again, so.
Sometime this year is
So,
the next season.
We're talking
Oh,
about
okay.
Marvel, and I was watching the new trailers. First off, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is exactly what I thought it would be. It's a buddy cop movie, like a TV show, guarantee it.
Yeah.
And they're going after Zemo, which I think is great.
Mhm.
But then I watched the Scarlet Witch trailer, and I was like, the fuck is going on? Because she's in her reality bending superpowers, so I think it's going to be like one of those, it's that 70s show style.
Oh.
With her and Vision, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of. I don't know if that's maybe like the first episode, but I was like, that's kind of stupid. No offense, I was watching it, and then we had a
outdated.
brief teaser for Loki, and he was in some type of prison. He's like, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground, and I was like, what? What's going on? Like context, Super Bowl ends context. No, but they announced Hawkeye's gonna start filming this September
Yeah.
because I guess he isn't what. Sneeze? Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, was it like a sneeze or like did you hurt yourself?
That was the sneeze.
Hawkeye's filming in
So-
September. They canceled it briefly because I guess there was allegations that he was beating his wife. Allegations. I don't know if it's true or not. They never expanded on it. But now it's filming again, so I assume
Oh, so
it's good to go.
whatever's been done is solved.
And now we have She-Hulk that comes out next year as well.
Yeah.
And apparently that involves
Nice.
Mark Ruffalo playing the Hulk. And I like how in an interview he tried to play it off. He's like, no, he's not in it. I'm like, dude, they've already confirmed that you're in She-Hulk. I don't. Like they said it themselves in a Twitter interview. I'm like, what?
I've been eating them more than you, so you're fine. Don't worry.
And he's probably gonna be Snarkhulk.
Probably. There's theories that in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because the villain's Nightmare. If you didn't know, it was already confirmed. They announced that at Comic-Con.
Actually, I like that.
And they're
Nice.
they're like, it's a horror movie. I'm like, yeah, no shit. His name is Nightmare. He's one of the sons of Lillian, who's super fucking chaotic. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
fuck
gonna
Lillian.
it's gonna be a villain.
Lillian.
It's
I don't
gonna
wanna
be
see
a
her.
horror
I don't
movie.
want to see her.
It's gonna be a horror movie. Well, you know you're gonna see her. She also
I
gets
know, and I
broke
don't want to
into Marvel.
try it. It's not very good.
Oh,
She,
Mike, yeah, Mike wants
but,
to try the cell phone chocolate.
It's not very good.
But
It's not bad. It's just not good.
so one of the theories is that you remember
Didn't have the print probably.
no. Do you remember in Age of Ultron when Scarlet Witch gave everybody their visions? Like they went in there
Yeah.
and she fucked with their mind. And we never saw the Hulk's vision, but everybody else's vision came true. And we're like, that's because the Hulk saw Worldbreaker Hulk. Like we as the fans.
I would love to see.
Dude, that was the most savage Hulk for a reason.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he
know,
went
right?
gray for a reason. He was fucking losing
Oh
it.
hell yeah.
And,
He lost everything.
yeah, literally. But we might see her do that to the Hulk on purpose to fight Nightmare
okay.
because
Oh,
Nightmare's
okay.
pretty strong.
Hmm.
And not only that, but we might see Nightmare do that to her
Oh really?
because he can do that, and that's why we
Yeah, I
didn't see
guess.
any mind
It is
control with
Nightmare.
Ebony Maw because they didn't want to ruin the surprise. Plus, they've already done it for the first Avengers movie, mind control.
Yeah.
To just mind control one of the characters because I was like I was putting money on it. I'm like Ebony Maw is gonna go to Vision and Scarlet Witch and he's gonna mind control the fucking hell out of the Scarlet Witch and we're gonna have to fight Scarlet Witch in Avengers Infinity War. It never happened. I was like, oh, he never used all of his superpowers. He did like 2, and I was like, that's cool, I guess. All of Thanos' children were shit on heavily.
I know, right?
We never. They even removed a child. The best one. It was the super powerful reality bending one.
I couldn't tell you.
She's super
Couldn't
fucking
tell ya.
crazy. She's like a priest. She's super fucking crazy. But they never had her in the movie either. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it just felt wrong to not see her.
Yeah.
I was like, when she didn't show up, I was like, they're on the ship, and Ebony Maw's there. She's gonna be there. She's gonna fight Tony Stark. Never happened. And I was like, oh. She'll be there at the end. It never happened.
She's gonna show up, damn it.
She never did. She never did. And we never got to see the Hulk fight Thanos. I think that's also on purpose, because everybody had such a big issue with the Hulk and the Infinity Gauntlet. Have you seen those online arguments where they're like, the Hulk could regenerate that? And I'm like, I don't know about that.
But you also forget how much energy that was.
But not only that, but they nerfed the Infinity Gauntlet, because the Infinity Gauntlet wouldn't do that when you put it on the comic books, right? Because anybody could wield it, and that was like the reason why it was so deadly. But they...
And the power.
Yeah, but they changed it because there are certain specific characters like Molecular Boy in the comic books that when they get the Infinity Gauntlet, it's over. Like, there's no point in writing a story anymore. Because they're just like, oh, you're a world-ending villain? Oh, I erased that timeline from existence. Nobody remembers it, right? So they did that on purpose so that way they wouldn't have to write those type of characters into the movies, right?
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have to worry about Captain Universe or Molecular Boy or any of that shit showing up and being like, no, fuck you.
I just find when all the peeps, after they did the whole big thing, feels like, well, how they can go anywhere from there? Well, if you realize, they may create a whole different timeline.
They created a whole different timeline, and they're doing the multiverse of madness, which is super fucking scary. Because they're like, well, we've done the... And everybody knows the big villain that swarms around in the multiverse. Like, I'm not going to say it. But if you're a comic book reader, you know that Marvel has a multiverse villain, and he's a fucking staple.
Dr. Doom,
yeah.
one of them?
He is that guy.
Yeah.
He mapped out the multiverse. He also, in when they did the DC and Marvel crossover, Dr. Doom also mapped out the DC multiverse, which is how the Flash met the Avengers, because Dr. Doom was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and, start investigating every single possibility in reality, and the Flash is like, how the fuck are you doing that?
Yeah.
He's like, that's not possible, and Dr. Doom's like, yeah, it is. You just create an infinite number of clones of somebody and just fucking send them out there and watch the world through their eyes. And he's like, oh, well, that's... Fuck you.
Yeah,
Dr. Doom's a big villain in that storyline.
Just about to go back to the Doom Patrol thing, where it's like, oh, it's just 2020. I fucking hate when people do that. Because, I've been...
I just went on Wikipedia and it says, dude, premiere in 2020.
Well, this is the biggest example of it. Fucking Silk Song. I've been waiting 2 years for this fucking game to get a release date, and it hasn't gotten one yet.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I think they also just announced it was in development.
Well, so they announced it was in development, and then there was a leaked release date of, what was it, June 12th, 2020, because Steam requires a release date. But now it's still listed as TBA, to be announced, and stuff like that. I've just been fucking here, every day, waiting.
Yeah.
It's the same with
I want it.
It was spring, and then
For something to happen.
and then someone saw somewhere they posted, February 25th, and they're like, oh yeah, that's just a placeholder.
Mm-hmm. But every time Team Cherry has an interview, because first of all, it's 3 people. It's the same thing as they're the ones who made Hollow Knight and the ones who are making Silk Song. It's 3 fucking people making these games, so I'm willing to wait, especially for the quality.
Well,
but fuck's sakes.
Hollow Knight was there was one, and then it was a free update, and then another
Yeah.
and then
the DLC
update.
came out, and you had to pay for the DLCs. I didn't, because I just bought the game, the now release game where the DLC is all added, and the only actual DLC is just soundtrack stuff. But I'm willing to wait. But they've been talking about this game since 2016, so fuck me, or 2018, sorry. And it's I'm getting tired of waiting.
no. Freaking,
At least for a release date.
Yeah. Well, there was one, horror game, since I'm, such a massive horror game player. I've been waiting for this one game to come out, and it looks extremely fucking cool, and it's very atmospheric. It was supposed to be essentially released last year, but there's still, no date.
Yeah, what was that game
It's called Scorn.
Yes!
Yes. It looked...
that was the weird shooter thing?
Yes.
Yeah, where all the bug guns and
Yeah.
stuff. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I really wanted to play that.
No, I've been waiting for
I want it to be
I've been waiting for an actual release date for this game because it just looked so fucking cool. Because I I ended up going through this YouTube video of a list of like
That one?
horror games. Yes, that one. Yeah. I was looking through like a list of horror games. One of the games I actually have right now, fucking amazing. But Scorn still hasn't had a release
date.
Still no release.
See, my biggest issue with Silk Song is just the fact that like I want it.
Yeah.
What's
another game?
It's supposed to be a prequel? Or?
Sequel.
Yeah.
It's a sequel.
Well,
because it's supposed to be after a bunch of shit happens.
Because
it's also kind
after
of
the good ending, which she's supposed to.
All endings are canon.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
really?
Hollow Knight, the Team Cherry themselves have said all endings are canon.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
So it depends on. So let's just say, if you the best way to put it is essentially if you got the ending where all that happens is you kill the Hollow Knight and then you get chained up yourself.
You take
that is essentially. That's what they said was gonna happen. We'll see what happens because now they have like 5 endings.
Yeah, where you become the god.
Well, there's there's the original 2, which was you get chained up while you seal the Radiance, and then that's the end of it. The one where you go in, then you kill the Radiance, and then the other one I know about is you go in, and you don't become a god, but there's you create a god called the Shade Lord, and he kills the Radiance. You essentially beat the shit out of the Radiance, and then the Shade Lord comes up, fucking kills the Radiance, and obliterates it from existence. Not just defeats it like Hollow Knight. Like, literally the Shade Lord just devours it. So, yeah.
What's
that
a
one's just the pain in the ass to get,
because you have to do all of the Pantheons
really
on the
wanna
hardest
just see
difficulty.
what it thinks I'm afraid of is the horror game that actually puts you through like a tutorial and figures out what scares you and then puts you against that in the actual game
What
itself.
game was that?
I can't remember the name of it.
I know there was a game that was.
But it comes with like a heart monitor, and it monitors your heart to see what scares you.
Oh, I heard
in the
about
tutorial,
that.
and then it.
Horror
puts
game
that
that
stuff in
learns
the
your
game.
fears. Never mind.
I think so, yeah.
Learns your fears, knows what you're afraid of.
Shut up, Lid.
That's actually pretty. There was
that's
one
what I
other
wanna play.
game that
Because I remember I'm hearing about a game. There was a game development like that where it puts you through stuff and it kind of learns what you fear to continue throwing it at you as you continue playing it.
So
And then once you get used to something, it figures out something else to
the
throw
more
at you that
scared
would
you
scare
are, the more difficult the game is. If that's not frightening enough, Nevermind can also learn what you're most afraid of and use it against you.
Yeah, I want to play that just to see what I
don't-
find scary because I honestly don't know anymore.
Mm-hmm.
no, like I've played I played Visage and everything, which kind of relies a little bit on like jump scares in a way. Like that is the only game that has actually scared the ever living shit out of me.
Well, it's like that with
A lot of games get me.
it's like the the Outlast.
Yeah,
games.
Outlast.
After a while, it stops being scared because it's just
Well,
You
They're
become
just
The same
desensitized.
thing.
you're desensitized. It's just you helplessly running away.
that's essentially what it is. Like I remember getting Outlast 2, which not gonna lie, it kind of sucks to be honest. Outlast 1 was
What the fuck?
Dialga.
Oh my god. You're gonna just like ruin the fucking mood.
Dial.
Yes.
Oh.
I get it.
Nice. All right.
But
Is
it's
that
just after a while, it's just like how do people find this scary? It's just a free YouTuber
Okay.
scream react.
no? Well, yeah, pretty much. Well, Outlast 1 like just felt like an actual really good Outlast. Outlast 2 was
It
just
the
like
first kind of
yeah.
thing of it. Like,
yeah, it was the first thing of it. Outlast 2 was like it was okay. I mean, it kind of put together like what I really hated, like jump scares and religion. So
freaky religious cult.
yeah, no, like that stuff is like creepy as shit. So I won't do that. But there was another game that I really want to come out, but there hasn't been anything that has been said about it. It's like a combination in between BioShock and Fallout, like those series. It's called Atomic Heart, and It was developed, I think, by like or it's being in, like, it's still in development. I don't know what the hell's happening.
Nevermind apparently came out in 2015, so.
Really? Holy shit.
I'll have to figure out how to find it.
Yeah.
Steam.
Yeah. But, what was it?
22,
Atomic,
in Canadian, it's $22.80.
yeah. But Atomic Heart, I think, was, it was one
But
of
it's
those...
obviously a
yeah.
VR game.
Yeah. Well, Atomic Heart was one of those games that, that was kind of introducing ray tracing when those, new GeForce, RTX cards came out. So, and they were kind of like, it looked extremely realistic with the ray tracing. So, and that was one of the games that really had me interested into, you know, playing that game, because it was like, because it combined like my two favorite game franchises.
What?
BioShock especially was one a
Russian
personal
made-
favorite.
I love
Russian
BioShock.
Studio Mudfish.
Mudfish, yeah.
Mudfish.
Or Munfish, yeah.
One. I'm sorry, every time I hear that stuff, I have to that's immediately what comes to my mind.
Unreal 4 implements NVIDIA's RTX and DSL technologies and GeForce RTX graphics card.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, they were, when they did the demo thing of it, it was kind of like...
Oh, okay. It's because August 2018, they restarted development after.
Oof.
Oh.
That's some RE2 shit.
Yeah.
Is it 2 or 3? Where they had to restart development. I want to say 2. Oh, okay.
Well, at least we know it's still in
I
development.
know
but
4
it's,
went through hell.
Yeah, well, I know, like, apparently it was either 2 or 3 where, like, they literally were, everyone, like, collectively decided that it wasn't going the way they wanted. 2? Yeah? Okay, I want to say 2 as well, but I wasn't sure.
Because they started.
Yeah, and then they literally started from scratch again. I mean, they used some of the same assets and stuff like that because, like,
Because it's supposed to be Elza Walker, and then they're like, yeah, clear that deal.
Yeah, but they put a bunch of stuff together, and then it came out as one of the, gaming masterpieces of its time, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like RE1.
No, I feel like with the
I want to see Nemesis so bad.
No, but I feel like with the delay of
I can't
Atomic
wait
Heart,
for them to have Mr. X's AI probably in it.
Oh, that's
I
gonna be
can see it,
terrifying.
at least when you're walking in or around the town.
I just want to see him chase you. Like, chase you down like he does Nemesis, like when you try to leave. Like, I want to see that full-blown fucking sprint after you with, like, this giant hammer or something like that.
Well, I think I think they're dropping the rocket launcher except for when he shoots down the helicopter.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna have, like, a flamethrower pack on his
Yeah, I
back.
saw that.
Yeah.
But, like, because, like, I know in, like, in 3, like, there would be times where he just fucking come after you, just punch you in the back of the head, pretty much. Like, that dude was vicious.
That's why I'm going to assuming they're going to do the same thing as 1, where you can explore Raccoon City.
Mm.
He's going to probably be, like, Mr. X in there.
Oh, and just walking around.
And then he's going to have some buildings he can go into.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Nemesis could follow you pretty much anywhere in RE3.
I think there was a few places, and then you could enter a room in the building. All of a sudden, all you hear is "Star."
Yeah, I know. And you're like, oh, I'm going the other way.
And his music starts playing.
Yeah.
See,
Want to talk about a horror game? Fucking Nemesis is like the worst.
Nah.
I played original RE3, and oh my god.
Okay, Josh, just imagine you're not listening to anything, and then in PS1 quality, all you hear is "Stars."
And then a bunch of fucking battle music starts.
I would shut off my PlayStation fucking
I
fast.
played it. I didn't have the game myself, but I played it at a cousin's house. Not the whole game, because we were there I only hung out with him like twice, and it was like family stuff. But like, my god. Holy shit.
Old me would have thrown whatever I was using to play the game away and run out of the room.
I kept playing. I was like enthralled by Nemesis.
It's the same with
You will freeze for like
it's the same
a
with
few
Resident
minutes
Evil
and then
2
slowly make
remake.
my way through.
It's the Resident Evil 2 remake with you're just playing through the game. Even if you know Mr. X is in it, all of a sudden you round a corner and there's the plane you finally put out. All of a sudden he just lifts it up and you're just like,
No, fuck this.
Because all you hear is heavy boots and clanking of stuff, just following you, and it's all you're hearing walking around.
Yeah, you could be in a completely quiet place, and then all of a sudden you hear,
all you hear is boom, cling, cling.
Yeah, see with
As it slowly gets louder and louder.
With games like Visage, you don't hear that shit at all. Like
That's what
you
makes
could
it.
like
That's
you can
what
like
adds
have
intensity to it.
Yeah.
you know, it's so
That's
fucking
the reason why Five Nights at Freddy's was just sound.
Yeah.
And some pictures.
It was
Because
the same
all
with,
he needed with the first game was sound.
It's like
Yeah.
Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. It's about dementia and all that.
Yeah.
And no, schizophrenia, actually.
Mm.
So it even tells you, play it with headphones. And all you hear is voices around you. It was like, I was on edge the whole time I was playing.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
like,
games like that are like I cannot play them because like I'll just say Amnesia. The fact that there's just random shit that happens, I'm just like
the sound engineering that goes into a lot of horror games
that water monster.
is
I know, right?
awesome. Fuck that water monster.
You start
yeah.
walking around and you see water and you're like, oh, this is bad. All you hear is,
Because they also do that thing.
and you're like, what the fuck was that?
yeah,
and you're like,
yeah. They always do that thing as well, where it's like they start off with like, oh, okay, there's just some shrieks or and like some stomping and stuff like that, and then you see the monster like walk past.
Oh, and the music
And
doesn't start until you see the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
too.
yeah.
No.
Like there's
But, like,
no
and they did
music
that with
that
the-
builds up. It's just like boom,
They do
like
that with the water
intense-
monster
yeah.
too, where it's like you're just walking in the water. There's no boxes, no nothing, and then you get into a room that has boxes, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. It's a flooded room. Because like the first time I played it, I didn't watch stuff on it because
no
like
idea either.
as much as I watched some of PewDiePie's stuff, I never watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just watched like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then like that happened, and I fucking shrieked. Like legitimately, because I kept jumping on the boxes just out of fun, and then I jumped in the water, and the dude was sitting fucking right next to me, just standing there, obviously waiting for the
he
sound
starts
and stuff.
off with the big
And he
splash.
just shoosh,
Yeah,
and just hits me, and I just shriek.
because he didn't expect it.
No, not at all. Cause like, and a little, it's the music starts at the same time he slashes me.
Yeah.
And like, oh god.
No, immediately you're in panic mode.
Yeah.
You're like, no,
I like
no.
jumped back on the box and I started seeing him walking around, and I was like, "Fuck you, water."
Sploosh.
Yeah,
sploosh,
it's so
sploosh.
bad.
No, the
I
a
can't
lot
do,
of
I can do horror if it's just like if I have a gun or some sort of good escape method, I can play any horror game. Like Dead Space for me, like first one, second one, third one, they're not horror to me anymore.
no, they're just
They were creepy and they went, jump scares.
Creepy jump scares.
Yeah, but like
but that
I can
that pretty
play
much
anything.
that it pretty much
that's
just
not
gives
bad.
you a chance to essentially kill them. Whereas with games like with Amnesia, you got two choices:
Run or hide.
pretty much.
It's run and hide.
It's running.
Well, I mean,
that too.
yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
if you can run away fast enough, which
Yeah.
good luck. But no, I don't. And I'm.
We need to have a day where we
Oh,
just
jeez.
help and all gather in one house and just play horror games.
No.
See, and the big thing is when I'm not like the one shriek was really only important because when I get scared, I go quiet.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things like why on like my Twitch and stuff I don't play horror. It's because I'm not the shriek type. I just go.
That's kind of
I'm deer in the head. I'm deer in the
Well, I mean,
headlights.
like-
but at the same time, it is like deer in the headlights, but with my fists up, sort of thing. Like, I'm ready, bitch. Bring it.
Yeah. No, with me since I've
I
got
got a
like
sword in my chest.
I've done a couple horror games where like on my Twitch where since I've got the webcam it kind of helps that out.
Yeah.
a
Well,
little bit.
even if I had a webcam, again, like I go silent when I get scared.
Yeah.
I've watched horror movies and stuff like that before, and I'm not. They always show in like commercials and stuff, the theater screaming. I'm the one guy in the back who's just like. Like the guy who doesn't end up in the video.
Man, there are no good horror movies coming out. Or have been out.
I haven't been
No.
I
paying
haven't seen
attention.
any
So.
good ones.
Well, it
In the theater, anyway.
well
I'm
it
sure there's-
chapter
They're doing Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
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 I watched the trailer to that one, and the police officer was like just walking away, and then this thing just darts across the screen and takes out his fucking car, and then the guy, I can't remember his fucking name.
This is supposed to be a prequel.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and he fucking starts booking it, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty That's actually a pretty good. Like, he's like, fuck this, I don't care what's going on,
I'm sorry. This thing just took out a car.
and a cop,
I'm leaving.
all in one go.
Yeah, I'm
and
leaving.
he's like, nah, fuck that.
No.
Everybody started running away, and it was like, it came out fucking.
If that
nowhere.
actually happened in real life, everyone would die.
Yeah.
Literally, like
Yeah.
everyone would die. There would be no like survivors.
No.
Because fuck that. That's not.
It starts out of fucking nowhere too. Like there's no newscast like the aliens have invaded. It's just like it's fucking there.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope.
Yeah, because I remember there's some horror or suspense thriller that's supposed to come out. It's like demon bat things that react to sound or something.
Yeah, that was
A Quiet Place, I think.
It's Quiet Place.
Well, of course, there's another one.
There's
I haven't watched it either.
That's why.
There's one that I'm thinking of called Brom the Boy 2.
Oh, the doll thing.
The
Fuck
doll-
that.
Fuck
No,
dolls.
thank you. Yeah, my mom has a bunch of dolls and stuff in our basement. Like they're all in like containers and stuff, and I never have to see them. Really.
no. See, that's even
But, like,
worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it's still just like.
Yeah.
It's like. Well, the only ones I actually ever have to see are like Barbie dolls and stuff. The other ones are like.
That's still as bad.
That's fine. They're
Yeah.
not
My
Barbie
grandma
dolls.
and grandpa's house, the basement. I hate being in the basement because an entire wall is just like glass cases of like porcelain
Yeah.
dolls and everything.
I've watched Chucky. I watched Chucky when I was a kid. Nah, fuck that.
Those are the dolls are the one thing I don't mess with.
Kids buying Raggedy Ann dolls and shit.
Nope, fuck that.
One.
I got a fucking like sock or I got like a sock monkey puppet like for like Christmas like 5 years ago. And I was like, nope, and I like threw it under my bed and I was like, nope, fuck you.
There was
I got the one teddy bear, and that's it.
Yeah, well, no, I have teddy bears. Like I have an owl and I have like I used to have like a Sasquatch, Yeti, whatever. I don't
There
know
was,
where it
I
is
have
now.
a teddy bear that I've had for 22 years.
Yeah, well, the only reason I have my owl is because it was my grandma's.
Oh,
So like that was sort of the one. I guess I don't. It wasn't. She didn't. I wasn't given it. I remember I used it and it was like put in my room or whatever. I used it to hide my my report cards back in like elementary school and middle school.
I have 5 old stuffies that I've kept for 22 years.
Wow.
Teddy bear that my grandma gave me, a hippo, a dinosaur, a pink
I have a shark as well.
teddy bear, and just a giant like Christmas teddy bear.
Nice. Yeah, I don't have the room for like any of. I have the. I don't even think I have the owl in my room anymore. Because that's where my TV and my game stuff goes now.
Oh yeah.
Because I used to be all shelves, but then like I got Michael's family just they gave me that one TV, which was a fucking pain in the ass to deal with, but whatever.
Hooray!
Nobody wanted it, and I was like, yeah, sure. It's like
Well, we had a bunch of TVs, and you said you were looking. I was like, well, we have some.
yeah. So you gave because I took the measurements of the place, and I grabbed the one that I could, and then like a few months later, I was able to get a different one. So
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'm happy I got that thing because I was able to play Luigi's Mansion on it in the dark because I love Luigi's Mansion.
Fucking love that game. I remember going
Luigi's
to
Mansion
see.
1.
Yeah, I remember going to going to see my family for my brother's graduation. And he's got like fucking 3 GameCubes for like no reason whatsoever,
Wow.
just to have.
And he
them, I
wanted
guess.
you to buy him a computer for fucking Christmas.
Yeah, he can go fuck
Yeah.
himself.
I'm sorry.
Well, freaking what was it?
Yeah,
I remember just going to see my family, and I was in my brother's room, just like relaxing and stuff. I remember he had Luigi's Mansion, and I'm like, I gotta play through this.
I played
I
it.
still have my GameCube.
I played it like because my mom was able to get me a copy at a convention, and it was only like $20.
Oh wow!
So like it wasn't like you would expect convention prices of
Oh,
like
fuck, I
a
remember.
$400
What-
Luigi's Mansion game, but I got it for like $20.
Depends
Well-
on the game and the rarity.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I
but
remember
you know,
I remember my brother
I would
like.
expect it more.
Well, because I was looking.
Fuck the Simpsons Hit and Run game. Apparently.
Oh my
a
god, that's like
collector's
$200.
edition. Yeah, it's like a collector's edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
fucking played.
Justin, I
If
was
I
looking
had
at,
that in my lap right now, there wouldn't be a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
like the GameCube Fire Emblem. That's like $200.
Yeah, I know they're ridiculous. It's
But,
same with
the
the
Wii one. It's almost like $100, but it's like that makes sense.
same with XD Gale of Darkness. That's like $100, and
Yep.
it's like I really
No.
want it, but fuck, I'm not willing to shell out even close to that.
I
That
remember.
soundtrack is still my
I'm
favorite.
glad mine was at my house.
Me and my sister went through this sort of
So-
little phase where we would like sell stuff on my mom's Amazon and get the money off of it because we could get like good money off of it. So that's what I mean. I knew exactly what I wanted to sell, and they were all like shitty like games and stuff that I could get like $20 off of, like the Serious Sam. You probably remember that,
Apparently-
the Serious Sam
Yeah.
GameCube game.
Oh yeah.
Apparently my GameCube, my Pokemon XD GameCube, because I was talking to a couple live streamers that play Pokemon. I was like, yeah, I have a Pokemon XD GameCube. I'm like,
That's a
dude,
lot of money.
that's a fucking collector's edition. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? He's like, that's like $1,000.
Yeah. Those
I'm like, no. First off, I'm not selling it.
Yeah.
No.
Second off,
fucking,
what the fuck do you mean it's collector's edition?
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
I got it from some Outback fucking
Mhm.
Walmart. What are you talking about?
No, I remember. I remember my brother was looking on what was it, on eBay and stuff like that for like an unsealed copy of Super Mario Sunshine, just an unsealed, and it
like
was
$80.
no, it's more. Like fuck, try like 200.
It doesn't surprise me because of speedrunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, my
yeah.
brother,
Popular speed-
my brother
it's-
ended up
'Cause it's
snagging
really
a
good to
copy.
speedrun it.
Yeah, my brother ended up snagging a copy for like, oh god, I'm pretty sure he paid like in between like $50 to $80 for it.
Which is like the price of a new game now.
Yeah.
Which actually,
$89.75 on Amazon.
Jesus Christ.
Holy fuck.
Well, I guess for
Yeah, and
a
then
second.
the Luigi's Mansion copy that he ended up getting, that was I think he got it for free. I think, or like for like maybe $20 or something like
Yeah,
that.
like I know I was surprised when I got it for that because like I know a lot of people like Luigi's Mansion, and that was sort of during the time of the kind of resurrection of the GameCube sort of thing, which I mean has always been a thing. But
Yeah. Well,
Still there.
well, and of course, like, my brother has like this, like, he sometimes kind of likes to relive childhood memories. He ended up buying like this game lot for like $20 or something, and it came with like an original PlayStation. It came with like a Game Boy Advance, which I have.
I sold
So-
my mini NES because I didn't fucking use it at all.
Oh,
I just gave my
the
brother
NES mini.
just so he
I
has
sold
something
that
to
one.
do when he
And
pass
now
time
I think I have the Super Nintendo one. I don't know if I want to keep it because
Which
I have
brother?
an
The
original
one
Super
in-
Nintendo.
oh, okay.
My parent,
Well,
my
and
parents
then
went over
of
going
course,
to
like
see him, I
the
think they
original
calmed
Super
down for
Nintendo
it.
was
saw
really
that.
good.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense. Especially because where's
Yeah,
he,
what's
where's
It's my
where's he gonna live?
N64 is special too.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
need more games for that.
Yeah. Nothing gets me more than when Brody ended up basically it was a couple of days before I moved here or something, and then Brody tells me
Because
he's
I
all like,
saved up,
Yeah.
so I
Was it the
saved up like
box?
$6,000 to move out
Oh yeah.
because I was saving up for a whole year.
Mhm.
And then my friend who owns a game store
Yeah,
sold.
Is he still
Tim.
there?
No,
No, I
he
don't think
he sold. He was selling an entire box of original game consoles and games for like $800, and I was like, yep.
yeah. So and then I get a message from Brody saying, Josh, don't be mad, but I kind of bought this for $800. I'm like, dude.
No. First off, you're like, you bought what? And then I sent you the photo, and you're like, dude.
Yeah, look,
So I remember moving here, and I
We
basically
set that up day one.
Yeah, we basically set that up day one, but
'cause we
I'm
didn't have internet.
no.
You just
Well,
had
actually-
internet for a week.
Yeah, we did.
'Cause
Well,
you moved on a long weekend.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we oh, what was it?
Worth it.
When I first moved here, I was living here at this place at the time. I remember we I tested out the PlayStation
Yeah.
1, and that was when I found out about the Fantastic Four game.
Fantastic
Oh,
Who was it? It was me and you figured out how to actually beat that one
The
like
first
dark boss.
The
Yeah.
first boss.
Yeah, which was like literally there was these barrels that were the same color as the background, which was pitch black, and you had to pick them up and throw them at the boss.
You had to golf club swing them,
Yeah,
which apparently was a thing.
yeah. 'Cause
What?
you like
Yeah,
walked
you
up
hit
to
a
the
button
main.
and they just went.
no,
Yeah.
I think it was Brody was were you at work at the time?
I don't know.
Like, because I think Justin was here to kind of help me get all moved in and everything for a little
No,
bit.
you're right because my
Yeah.
boss wouldn't give me that Friday off.
Yeah.
And I told her when I showed up work, but I'm like, look, if they need my help, I'm leaving. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, because they're moving into my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But
You know-
we were all good. We got everything set up. But
Obviously.
freaking yeah. But no, I just remember turning on like the PS1 and just overhearing the soundtrack to the
Oh
Fantastic
yeah, that was
Four
actually
one.
pretty good.
We spent 3 hours listening to that soundtrack.
Yeah, we did. It was
I wasn't there for that.
It was all jazz music and shit, and you're like, dude.
like it threw me off for a sec. I was like, Brody, when you get home, you gotta fucking check this out.
The opening movie to that game is what got me. I was like, that game. Oof.
No, because I think that was the first game I loaded up actually. I think, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
games
Yeah.
on the original Xbox, and that was alright.
Oh yeah, I think I remember playing through the
Xbox was the original Xbox.
It had Halo.
Okay, the
It
Shrek.
had Halo.
No, okay,
I have
not gonna lie,
It
the
had Halo
Shrek, that
and,
one
uh,
Shrek
Dead or
game.
Alive.
So we have the Shrek game. We have the Dead or Alive game.
Yeah, the
for
Shrek
sure.
game.
I remember because you bought it at the
We
thrift
have
shop.
a few bowling games for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think those were what you just bought a few.
No. I bought.
Pawn.
And then I went to the pawn shop and bought a ton of games. Yeah, but
No, but it's like, the Dead or Alive one was fucking funny, especially the bug, the bug character or like the
It was an
skin.
alien skin.
Yeah, the alien skin. Yeah.
I unlocked it and I was like, "Yep, all right." I played it for hours.
I have Dead or Alive 6.
Yeah, and you're just like, "Okay."
So
Okay,
don't if you want everything in it, you have to pay like $600 fucking dollars.
I
Like
agree
all the
with what
costumes.
Lewis said. Get the stuff, buy the things, and then buy the packs for the characters you want. If you actually ever.
Yeah, because it's like
It's $120 when it came out. It was $120 for the first season pack, which was I think 4 months.
I did that. I did that in Marvel
It was a
Heroes.
character, a bunch of skin, costumes, and 2 characters.
On Marvel Heroes there was 120 characters, and each character had a pack that you could buy that had all the skins. You could max his ultimate and do all the shit. And there was 120 characters, and each pack was like $35. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying fucking all that money. So I only bought like 2 for the characters I played, which was Thor and Scarlet Witch. But yeah, Thor was my favorite. Scarlet Witch was too broken to not have.
Pretty much.
She honestly, like when we started playing her, because they didn't have like a really popular wiki or a really popular Reddit when we started playing. In my guild at the time, I tried Scarlet Witch and I was just fucking around, and we did one of the danger rooms, which is like the rifts, and we fucking went in there in max difficulty, and everything just started melting. And my friend's like, "The fuck is going on?" And I was like, "Dude, you're doing a lot of damage." And he's like, "That's not me. I'm not hitting anything." And I'm like, No. This is all you. I'm not geared. Like, there's nothing going on. Scarlet Witch had 6 AoEs. Like, that was her bar. Her ultimate was an AoE. Her main left mouse was an AoE. And her other 4 were, like, mass AoEs. And all 6 of them had stacked on top of each other and did damage over time.
Wow.
It just synergized like that.
Wow.
And I was just like, and 3 of her abilities sucked everything together.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And they also did
Oh.
AoE.
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, dude,
Oh.
this character's fucking
Normally that's-
disgusting.
Normally that's like one thing where you suck everybody and then
It
you
was
do all the
it was
damage.
all 6 of her abilities from her main to her ultimate. Just fucking did that.
Fucking hell.
You could grab.
That's insane.
You could on your, I think it was your trinket slot. You could have one more skill, and you could actually technically get another AOE skill as a passive, and just have all 7 of them. And I was just like, yeah, no, this is gross. Because like you could walk in a room, hit it once, and all 6 of your AOEs were like, boop, 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 and they all had their own proc chants, and they all proc their own little additional effects and items, and you're like, nope. Scarlet
that
Witch
is disgusting.
was the meta in that guild. We had a point in time where we did Manhattan, which is like a big raid area, and you can fill 2 raid groups, which is 12, so 24 people. We almost had an all Scarlet Witch group going on. We actually had. We were killing bosses so fast. We actually had, like, because the admins have a different color, we had an admin just show up and was just like, look, it's the Sinister Six. The biggest boss wave, the hardest boss fight. Mew, 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 mew. And we're done it. And, like, the admin just sat there and was like, there's at least 18 Scarlet Witches here right now.
amazing.
Yeah, we would run in. One of us would ult to suck them all together, and then there's just AoE, 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 and there's like all this red. And all of them are different, right? So they're different animations. So it's like this giant ocean of red, like, energy. And they just, like, their health just fucking... Dr. Octopus, Venom, fucking Kraven, Mysterio, all that. Just, like, just died. And then they dropped all their items. And the server, like, lagged super hard whenever we did it. Sinister Six and the Sentinels were the hardest boss waves. And they took us the longest. And it was still under a minute.
Yeah.
And we were farming out so much loot that, like, we had so many admins just coming and be like, is this legit? Like, is this...
What's going on,
Is
guys?
this legit? And then they're like, oh, there's 18 Scarlet Witches. Oh.
And then, like, I'm sure, like, the one guy just went, hey, everyone get the fuck in here. You gotta see this shit.
No, because we maxed it out. Our guild was the only person who had that instance because we invited 2 raid groups into one instance. Right? You had the couple people who were stragglers when we first joined who stayed the whole thing, so it was more like 26 people.
Yeah.
But they were like, what the fuck? People were live streaming it. That was all over the forums. They were just like, dude. And so Sinister 6 shows up, and like there was a meme where like they stop, they go, oh look, it's the Sinister 6. And then they die, and then it's over in like 30 seconds. It's fucking disgusting. And then they added, they nerfed every hero, and she somehow still stayed on top.
Wow.
Yeah. We
It is like Diablo with like my fucking my necromancer using the blood spears. And like when I have like the max potential I can on it, it literally just walk into a room. Here's the boss. Kill like one. You like kill your minions, and they all drop bone spikes, and then you just kill everything in the room in like half a second.
No, it makes my demon hunter look like trash.
That's awesome.
Oh, I think one of the best. I don't remember, but I remember.
I don't know if you'll find it.
I don't remember now, but like beforehand when we were like really into it back when we played on like PS4, like what was it? It was the wizard had like the best set at that time, where he could like the only one who could clear he could clear the highest level rifts in like a third of the time anybody.
That was Scarlet Witch. She fucking killed it. My Thor got there too. I got to the point with Thor, but he took like twice as long. Like I had to maximize everything percent wise on his gear to even get him close. And when I did, everybody loved bringing me to raids because when they designed raids, which was after, they realized that you could just run in there with nothing but Scarlet Witch. So they made a certain boss room where you have to go into like because there's 3 elements in the game, so it's mental. Elemental and physical, and you have to, and if you went into the mental, the boss was immune to mental damage, which was Scarlet Witch. So you couldn't bring a Scarlet Witch into there. So you had to separate it. So Thor wasn't allowed in energy and physical because that's his moveset, right? So I would solo the mental, and everybody else would do that. But then we got to the boss, and the boss had, which was Surtur. He had different resistances depending on who you brought, which is really nice. But he still wasn't. It wasn't impossible.
I remember back when Trove was. Like when we actually used to play Trove.
It was my Candy Barbarian.
Well, it was that and...
That's all I played.
What was it? What the hell was it? The Revenant? When I played Revenant.
Yeah.
How literally it would just be like we'd go to the Tower of Moon, which is essentially just a giant fucking boss.
Yeah.
And we'd go in. He'd be Candy Barbarian. I'd be Revenant. I'd sit there banging my fucking hand against my shield, attract everything, not take like any damage. I would then use like my ultimate, which just fucking destroyed everything around us, and he'd be around me just spinning in a fucking circle essentially.
And the 4 people, was it 4 or 2?
6.
So so we brought 4 people with us that were rhinos, whatever the fuck they wanted to be, would just stand there like, oh.
Yeah, because we had. Then there was because I had because Draco Lich was Dracomancer was my first guy, and that was exactly the same thing except for I died so quickly. Like glass. Glass
broken as fuck. Yeah, no, that is the post. October 8th, 1515. Anybody else play Scarlet Witch till level 30 and notice how incredibly broken she is? She can dish out around 3,000 to 4,000 DPS AoE plus your vacuum all enemies, and the damage has almost screen wide damage. I entered the marsh, I see 30 enemies, I click, and within 3 buttons everything seems to be dead within a second. And then there's like all these people who just like keep her like, yeah, it needs to be nerfed. And so they nerfed the heroes and then they buffed the enemies at the same time. And everybody got like really mad at that. They were like, dude, that's kind of fucking stupid.
I miss Trove because when the Tower of Moon just came out, we were fucking like I'm not gonna say top or anything like that.
We were pretty close.
We were pretty good, yeah. Like my gear score was as high.
We also were able to level a hero from 1 to 16 a day.
Yep, and then after it was 30, because or something like that.
Now
30,
it's like
20. Yeah, now it's
and now
like
everything gives like half the amount of experience and has twice the amount of health. And it did that update where they're like, now you actually have to play it. And I was like,
they made it like I remember they put out an update to make it like, oh, now you can go to level 40 or whatever it was. And like I did it, and I spent like 4 hours grinding the way we used to. And I didn't get a level.
Yeah.
I got like a quarter of a level.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to like beforehand, it'd be like 4. We'll just say like going from because I can't remember.
You guys would just have 20 bombs, just drop bombs down to the boss.
Yeah, literally.
That was the best. We would literally just be like, "Where's the boss room?"
Boom, 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 and then go in and kill it.
Shit ton of experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we'll just say again, from level 29 to 30, because I can't remember entirely what level it was. You would literally go and you'd drop the bombs, you'd kill like 10 things, and there's your level.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it was getting to that point where it was kind of like 14, where it's like level doesn't mean as much, it's item level.
Yeah.
So it's based on how good your gear was.
But then the
and how you
game
could do
decided
shit.
to slow down levels and kept the item level, and that's when I was like, okay, now it's not fun
Yeah, now
anymore.
it's like...
Because now you're getting into that grind fest area where now you have to play it for 8 hours a day.
See, and I did, back when I was waiting for Cube World to come out, I was playing Trove a bit, and they have this whole new area, and it's actually kind of cool. But, like, I played that for, like, 10 hours. I got, like, 2 levels in the new area.
Yeah, no,
with
fuck
the
that.
lowest freaking, like, shit I could do. And it was like,
if you want to
what
make
the
a
fuck?
good game, don't nerf how hard it is to level.
Yeah.
Just change the power. Just change the item levels.
Also,
or make
also
like
they
a
added,
secondary. Like DDO didn't change how fast you leveled. They added epic destinies, which were a second tree that you leveled up.
Yeah.
Which made way more sense.
Kind of like Diablo with the
Give you a
thing.
purpose to keep playing a cap. Right?
Yeah. But, like, literally, it was just... I don't know. It was. They also added like 30 new dragons, and I got really irritated because I wanted like half of them, but they were all through like.
No. Now that you
other
mentioned like Cube World, what the heck is happening with that game?
It's okay. Well, first of all, the guy's probably really demoralized after people came out, and they were just like, "What the fuck is this pile of shit?"
Yeah.
You know, and like he's probably not, or they, I should say, because it's him and his wife. First of all, yeah, it's 2 people going it on their free time.
Yeah.
They have full-time jobs, and he stopped
He works
before for
somewhere.
mental health issues before. You know, he has a life, and it's not just
It's
like...
the moment where you pull Cuphead and just sell your product to a
Well,
company, right? Because
and that's what literally people were like, fucking because I read some of like the comments and stuff, because I looked on like his Twitter and stuff, and I also looked on like the...
It's one of the reasons why if we ever
Steam.
made an RPG, it would be like it would be done slowly, but we would at least get together at least once a week and do it.
Well, that's the thing, is like but like it is just
because
2
we're just
people.
too dedicated
Yeah.
like that.
But he first of all, it took him like 8 years. He essentially reworked the game from the ground up by the time that like the alpha came out till the beta.
Yeah.
And like everybody was just fucking tearing him apart.
Yeah.
Like I think it's got mixed reviews.
It's mixed at the moment, but most of them just seem to be because it's bare bones.
Well, it's bare bones. It takes even when like the
That's
beta
the reason why I
first
don't
came
sign up
out.
for beta or early access on anything.
Well, this
even
is-
like
yeah.
games that like MMOs
wanted
that
this.
come and release stuff, they're like, you want to do this? Like,
Nope.
DDO never invited me to their beta test server. I wouldn't go anyway because I'm
Yeah.
like, no, fuck that. Because literally admins would be like, here, beta test this item for me. You don't have to work for it. Just fucking beta test it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
And that's why with
No.
the 76 they have their PTS with Wastelanders.
Yeah.
Which I'm still very excited to see what happens with it, and depending on that will either be if I quit the game or not. But like they were like, oh, that's like they had started inviting all these people to the PTS, and they're going to do more
There's a
before
ton of
release.
new MMOs coming out in 2020, man.
Yeah,
It's
but
not,
like
it's not even funny.
they just did all that stuff,
Which is
and-
good because I quit my old game and I need a new one. Which is why I'm hoping that
Yeah,
Outrides
'cause
is going to be
last-
super good because I will play it.
Mhm.
Or we get, I don't know, they keep talking about bringing back Marvel Heroes in a new company format. I'm like, I don't know.
He's also German.
Yeah. So, but so it's
I
like
do,
it's just I don't know. I love Cube World and I love 76, but like Cube World, we
Cube
did
World-
everything.
A
You
game
know?
World's one of those fun games where you can just go in, run around, kill things for an
That
hour
was
or
Trove.
2.
Yeah,
Man,
that
we
was
fucking
Trove.
we could do Trove for hours.
Yeah, we
because
spent
it
a
was
long
it was
time.
just like because you could see your progress. That was great. And now that the progress is just slowed down to nothing, you're like, now it just feels like I'm wasting my
Yeah.
time, right?
And that's the. That
There's
was
nothing wrong with being able to level decently fast if you because you have to figure out what
you,
to
you
do.
maximize
right?
time. For
You
that.
that's
Yeah,
what you
that's
do.
What we
I
did.
do it in all my games, right?
Mhm.
But now you maximize time, and that's the only way.
We
to
spent
get
a
levels.
lot of time figuring. We spent like 2 characters going to max level to figure out how to efficiently level.
Yeah.
Like my first character, because I think I was the first of us to play it.
Yeah.
And then
Cube
I played it.
no,
Spider-Furniture.
Trove.
Trove. Oh yeah,
So
you.
I think I was the first to play it because I was just trying it out, and then a
Spider-Furniture
few other
to
people.
Terraria.
Huh?
Right, Spider Furniture to Terraria.
Yeah, they're doing their last update
Well, the last update before they focused down.
on Otherworld, which I'm still very sad that they had to redo Otherworld, but like apparently the company they gave it to just like didn't know how to make games and how to make Terraria fun.
Fuck that.
So they're like, all right, fine, we're gonna trash everything and have to restart.
We'll
so.
make a game one day. I don't know how good it's gonna be.
I
I'm
mean,
to
at
a
least-
point in Anthem where I play strongholds mostly, And I really just play and I tell the people who I end up playing with, you guys focus on the objective, I'll take care of the enemies, because I have 2 legendary weapons where I have one where it causes a chain reaction, so I'll hit one and it just does all the damage to everything else.
Yeah, I had that.
And then
It's
I have
one of those
attack.
players that you
what are
always
you?
want to have because they're done.
Interceptor.
Oh, okay. I'm Colossus.
When
I
we
played.
did that.
I
got
had
to
like
that
my
point.
entire. I literally had everything legendary,
I
but
got.
like none of it was better than the first gun in the game.
It's
So I
the
just still
reason.
had that and just went in.
It's the reason why I don't play DDO anymore. Is because I got to the point, even now after the new update, like I got online and played it today, where my character is so busted and done. I don't need any of the new update items.
Well,
And everybody's like, "You need this." I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm still doing everything I was a year ago."
yeah.
Like the game updates for you guys are great because you're constantly building. I'm done.
Oh, that's cool.
I've done everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like with at least with Anthem, like literally, and also the biggest thing for me was trying to find better effects. I got all the good effects I wanted. They were still shit. It's no fucking point in getting all this legendary stuff because it was always like one extra effect that was again like the chain thing was
Changed to the
cool.
biome.
I like that, but it was just not. You know, I was able to solo strongholds, like literally by my like I did it once where I didn't even invite people and I just fucking went through the whole thing and it took me like 20 minutes, but like it didn't really matter because I didn't die. I didn't go below half health. What?
You can pet the animals.
Yeah, you can pet the dogs and stuff like that. I saw this.
No,
and
the,
I was-
You chroma.
yeah, the
Yeah.
chroma thing.
Which is really handy for me. A lot of the games that I
Okay, it
have.
doesn't really
adding
do
more
anything.
wind and all that.
Yeah, they're adding a bunch of new visual effects,
Well, that's
some new
cool. They're-
bosses.
Cool.
A new biome, new creature, shark couple, which is going to probably be
Ah.
in the new biome.
No, it looked like it was coming out of the ocean.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it
it
looks like an ocean.
playing MMOs is
Well,
like
it's
our
just
life.
it's just because if you go back up, like that doesn't the way that dips at least
Oh, yeah, it's no
as
desert
opposed to
oasis.
go down again. That dips just like this, kind of like because that's the same
Yeah,
way they do it in
and then
Skylands. That one just goes straight.
Yeah. Minecart.
That's a new star cannon, fish thing, minecart.
Work in progress. Oh.
What? Oh, that's so cool! You can turn. Oh, that's
A
awesome.
mannequin-esque.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Celebration.
Mark II.
I don't know what that is.
It's a gun.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
A gun that they added. That's probably like.
I just don't remember if there was a Mark One.
Working product, new summoner staff.
Yeah, that thing. I'm still irritated on how they nerfed the fuck out of summoners.
Tossing something into water.
That I think is
Bait probably or chum.
there should be a new boss. Lava shark. Oh yeah, those things.
Meow.
Quality of life upgrades.
Oh cool, new borders. That's actually
For
pretty
Ooh,
cool.
I
depending on
like
the
that.
biome, probably depending on the biome.
What's that?
A new world
gen.
menu. New splash screen.
Cool. 'Cause we needed more
New
of those.
paintings.
Yeah.
Corruption
Ooh.
3.0.
1.3.6.
Corruption items,
That's pretty
furniture
cool.
items, vortex furniture, solar.
Yeah, they're really missing a lot of that stuff.
Basically, they're adding all the furniture they're
Oh, yeah.
missing.
Good.
Yeah, for the people that obviously can't see this, we're just looking up Terraria updates, so for the most part, or something.
There's a lot of really. Oh, is that the fossil area?
I assume so.
Looks like
That's like Crimson, yeah, actually.
New
Hooray!
biome.
Backgrounds. Yeah, I think you're right because going off of what he's wearing in the background. and
Cool,
stuff.
maybe I can
Windy
actually
Wizard.
play Terraria again.
Windy Day theme inspired by Windy the Pooh. Town Night.
Oh yeah, and the new themes. Oh, the new Windy theme was so good. I listened to that before.
Listen, when the new update comes out, we'll just play it. It's fine.
I'm
World
gonna-
Gen Wickedness.
I'm gonna be there one way or another.
Yeah,
so-
no.
Yeah, World Gen Wickedness
Yeah.
where you just have a tree in the underground.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What's that?
So,
Vine coil. Huh.
wall of
Copper shorts. The one true evil of Terraria. That's weird.
that one big gun. Pew.
Oh, that just reminds me of
Destroy
the
them with lasers.
reminds me of the Skyrim mod that I have.
Pew.
It reminds
Yeah.
me of the VR
Yeah,
chat
one
video
job.
where the guy's playing as a gun and the nozzle fucking like just.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
Toilets.
he's like, would you shut the fuck up? I don't know what you're laughing
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah. I love that one.
That's all their like small little parts. They like them just doing what they're doing.
Never heard of a gun like the gun barrel be called a nozzle before.
I mean, hey, could be
Does it look like I own a gun?
Barrel.
enter the gungeon with the bullet gun.
Oh,
Because it's a bullet that shoots guns that shoots.
Guns.
No, it shoots it's a bullet that when you shoot it, it shoots at a gun that spins and the gun shoots. It's called the bullet gun.
I gotta play that again.
Oh, Enter the Gungeon's so fun.
I mean, there's a character that's literally just
bullet.
a bullet.
Yeah.
But you have to find a bullet.
You have to beat the game once.
Find pieces
And
of
then,
them.
no, you have to find. That's your thing with the robot.
Oh, I thought it was
You have to beat the game once, and then there's gonna be in rooms there'll be a little bullet with a cape, and he won't shoot at you. You have to kill everything else in the room except for him, and then he'll disappear, and you have to do that 5 times, and then you unlock the little bullet, or the chosen bullet. And the robot, you have to get a monitor, and you have to bring it to the gunsmith, which is like 2 floors up, which is and you can't roll with it, you can't take damage with it, otherwise it drops it. So, and in some instances, that's fucking impossible.
Yeah.
And you're like, it doesn't break if you get hit or anything like that. It drops. So you have to, and it also takes up your active or your equipment slot, so you don't have that. So yeah, that's how you unlock the robot, which is really funny. I like it because he's essentially the Terminator.
Sounds interesting.
It's a good game.
It is.
It's a bullet hell though.
It's a good bullet hell though.
It's really good. I'm so bad at it.
No.
I have not beaten the game. I got to the last floor before having to fight the dragon, the dragon.
Oh.
I love it. It's such a good, essentially, so there's a beholder in the game. It's called the beholster. Obviously the dragon, the gore gun. What else is there? What was it? The seagull? I can't remember what the hell the seagull was called. But essentially it's a buff-ass seagull that shoots bombs out of its mouth and has a minigun. What else was there? There's like the king bullet, which is just a king on a chair that shoots bullets out of the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everything else is a lot less punny, like the lich and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that kind of reminds me. I gotta really play through Binding of Isaac again.
Oh, I don't like
it's
that
like
game.
Candice of Hyrule. It's a Crypt and the Necrodancer game.
Yeah.
But they brought into Zelda, and all the bosses were puns with
Legend of Zelda characters.
Instruments, but Zelda names.
Yeah, I love it.
Amazing.
I don't know. I'll always remember when it comes to Crypt of the Necromancer, death metal, where it's literally just it's the Grim Reaper with speakers on his shoulder and it blasts death metal. It's so fun.
That is my kind of character.
Okay, I don't know if it was death metal.
That's my kind of Grim Reaper.
Goma, and he's Gomraka.
Yeah.
Because he's made from rock.
There was the King of Blues. That was pretty good. It was like a chess thing where it's like a king and a queen, and they both the king, or no, it was like jazz or something like that, because the king played the bass or like a cello or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
well,
I'm trying to remember because there's
Upright bass.
different bosses and stuff, but I'm just trying to remember if that's what it was. But
It's that one.
Well, no, I just mean I can't remember if he did that or this. I'm just doing motions, and then she would sing, and it was like literally an entire chessboard, and you had to go and kill everything, and then you could kill I think if you killed the king, then that was it. Like you could if you just killed him, but the queen was obviously powerful, as they always are in chess. But I love Crypt of the Necrodancer was a really good game. I just stopped playing it because I could always get to the final stage, but fuck me, I would always either get the shittest RNG ever, or I'd just die from something stupid. Also, if you don't move, you take damage because it's a rhythm game essentially. So there'd be so many times you'd be moving and then you just stop and something 6 things would hit you.
Yeah,
fuck.
The bosses was Coral Rift, Dead Ringer, Death Metal, Deep Blues.
Deep Blues, that's what it was.
Fortissimo.
Yeah.
Frankensteinway.
I think
Golden Loot.
Yeah.
King Konga.
I love that one. That was a good fight.
King Konga.
He does. It's a conga line of like a bunch of.
Oh
It's like it's a
my
bunch of
God.
enemies that he makes
And
go
then
into a
Nick
conga
goes
line and they go after you.
That's amazing.
It's so fun.
Oh, that's actually amazing.
And like if you tried to keep, I think he was at the back of the line or like in the middle of the line or whatever. And every time you tried to like get in to like attack him without attacking the enemies, they would just like turn the line and like go in on you and stuff like that. It was super fun. I loved it. That game was pretty good. I'm not good at it, so I stopped after a while because I couldn't beat it no matter how much time I put into it. Because it started getting or the more floors you get, the faster and faster it goes. And I'm just not methodical enough when I'm playing. If I'm playing a rhythm game, I'm playing like Melody Escape or whatever, where it's just focusing on the directions and that's it. I don't have to focus on enemies. I don't have to focus on if I'm gonna hit a wall or if I need to bomb something. Like I'm just not good enough at it.
Yeah.
There's this game that I haven't gone back to playing because
We're gonna finish it after this.
Yep.
I got to a boss fight, and no matter what I did, and even if I went back and loaded the game before I went into that fight and leveled up and got good stuff, good gear and everything, even if I did that and went in, I'd still keep dying.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What game is this?
I can't remember, but I haven't played that game for like a solid year or two now.
Nice.
Because I'm stuck in
You're gonna
this
have to.
one area.
If you figure it out, you're gonna have to tell me what it is because it sounds fun.
All right.
As the guy who likes playing tough games,
Yeah.
it sounds like it'd be a blast for me. That's why I'm like trying to play Hollow Knight right now as well.
I think it was the one time that I really surprised my dad at how frustrated I got at a game.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I spent like a solid week trying to figure out how to get through this one area, and then I just gave up.
Yeah. Anyway.
I did that once, but yeah. Sorry, go ahead. We'll end it now then.
Yep, we'll probably end the podcast.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in. All 0 of you guys that are live.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a YouTube video for later.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Thank you for
Well-
watching later.
Yep, thank you. Yep, thank you for watching. And we'll see you guys next week.